Hi everyone, it's Linda at LeftyCrochetKnit, and I'm just going to show you the sweater we're actually going to do. It's going to be in knit along, so it's going to be in different stages that we're going to do it. What I want to do today, though, I want to show you the Knit One Purl One ribbing, cast on ribbing, or the show you how to do the ribbing in crochet. I don't like the crocheted ribbing as much as I like the knitted ribbing, so that's why I'm going to show you both, but you can pick whatever one that you want to do. And we're doing the Big Easy Crochet Pullover. It's a free pattern on Yarnspirations, and I'll leave the link and everything in the description box below, so you can actually type this up and you can actually be ready to go when we start the ribbing. Now, this here is supposed to be done in Caron Simply Soft. Yarn, but the yarn I chose to do it in, Caron is a 4-weight yarn, and this yarn I want to do it with it's a Bernay premium yarn. It's also from Yarnspirations, and it's a 4 medium weight yarn. We're going to use size 5 millimeter needles or size 5 crochet hook, and the color is 58574 Truffle, Truffle. So we're going to be doing that. Now it calls for simply Caron. Say if we were doing it in the size medium, you would need 6 balls, and there's 315 yards to a ball. Okay, so the Yarnspiration, that actually has see how many yards are in that. 360 yards. That has 360 yards. So what we need, okay, so the Caron Simply Soft, if you're going to use that yarn, you're going to, if you want to make a size medium here, you need 6 balls. Okay, so there's 315 yards in a ball, and you need 6, so that's right now 9. That's 1,809 yards. That's what you need for a size medium. And for a size medium in the other, there's 360 yards in a ball. In the Bernay. So you'd still need your 6 balls probably. We'll try 5. Let's see what that gives you. 5. Yeah, 5 will only give you 18, so you need 6 balls of that also. And you'll probably have a little bit extra left over. That's for size medium. Now, what we have on here, the sizing, I hope you can see it. For extra small or small, you need 5 balls. For medium, you need 6. For large, you need 7. For extra large, you need 8. 2 to 3 extra large is 9. And 4 to 5 extra large is 10 balls. And you're going to use a size US H, 8 millimeter, or 8 hook, or a 5 millimeter crochet hook, or the size needed to obtain the gauge, and you want stitch markers. Now, the gauge is up here. The gauge is right here. So what you're going to do, 13 stitches and 12 rows in the body pattern. Okay, that's going to be your gauge. Okay, so this is the body pattern here. The first row, which is the wrong side, you're going to start on the wrong side. You chain 1, you slip stitch in the first stitch, and then you're going to do 1 double in the next stitch, slip stitch in the next stitch, and repeat from astra to the end of the row. So when you see an astra, that means you're going to repeat 1 double in next stitch, slip stitch the next stitch, and repeat that to the end of the row. Then you turn it. Then you're going to go, this is your pattern. And then you're going to go row 2, and you're going to do a half double in each stitch to the end of the row turn, and you're going to repeat the last 2 rows for a body pattern for however many rows are in the pattern, whatever's in your size. Okay, but you're going to do that for the swatch. Okay, so for the swatch, you're going to put 13 stitches and 12 rows, and you're going to use your body pattern. And your body pattern is over here on this page. This is your body pattern here. And your body pattern is here. And it's going to be 4 inches. You're going to get the 4 inches. So you're going to switch the needles until you actually get the 40 inches. Or the 4 inches, I'm sorry, that you need, okay? So now, what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you the ribbing part. Okay, so that's actually what we're going to start with. Now, there's abbreviations on the pattern here. We got, let's see. We got approximately, APPROX. Beginning is PEG. Chain is CH. Continue is CONT. Double crochet, DC. Half double crochet, HDC. And half double crochet 2 together. Okay, so the half double crochet 2 together is yarn over and drop a loop in each of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over and draw through all loops on the hook. And then your pattern, which is what we went through. REM is remaining, REP is repeat, RND is round, RS is right side, SC is single crochet, SCTBL is single crochet through the back loop only, and then SL is slip stitch, and ST is stitches, YOH yarn over, and WS is the wrong side. Okay, so we're going to start. This is actually an intermediate pattern. It's supposed to be an intermediate pattern, but it's an easy one, so it's going to be easy for a beginner. So what I'm going to do tonight, I'm going to show you the ribbing, how to do the ribbing, both the knitted and the crochet ribbing, okay? So we're going to do the crochet ribbing first. So you'll have to get your, now I already checked my gauge, and my gauge is fine for the 5mm hook. When you do your gauge, if it's not, you're going to have to change, either go up or down on that in order to get the gauge. You got to keep going until you get the gauge on your hook. So I'm actually going to show you the ribbing now for that, because that's actually how we start the sweater. We got to start with the ribbing, and we're going to start. So we're going to do this here. We're going to do, this is the ribbing for the back. So for the ribbing for the back, you're going to cast on. Okay, we'll put that up there. Okay, so you're going to cast on 12. So you're going to do your slip knot like we always do. Through the loop, and it's just like putting a knot on your hook. Okay? And now we're going to cast on 12. So we just go over the hook and pull your stitch through. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now this is the crochet ribbing we're doing here. Okay. So now, the ribbing is the same. So for an extra small, it would be 20 until it measured 20 inches. So we're doing the medium, so it's going to be 25.5 inches. So we got to do it if we're doing the medium, whatever goes by your size. And I'll show you that on the thing here. Okay, so we got it here. So here's here's actually where we have it here, okay? So repeat last row when we get into that second row, right? You repeat that row, whatever size is, whatever your size is. So whatever your size is, what we want to do, we want to go through the pattern. Say you're a medium, okay? So look through here, and a medium is a yellow, that yellow color. So what we're going to do, we'll go through the pattern, and everywhere we see yellow, we're going to circle. Okay? So that's going to be for the size that you're doing, the size medium. So pick your color choice and whatever one, that's what you're going to do. So now, what I'm going to do, so we've done the 12. We cast on the 12 on our needle. Now, what we're going to do, once we cast on our 12, okay, so this is going to be the right side here. So we're going to turn it like this, and we're going to put one single in the second chain from the hook. So we don't count this stitch on the hook as a first stitch. So it would be this one, it would be in this one. So we're going to do one single. Now remember how we done the single crochet. Put a loop through, right? Yarn over the hook, pull it through, and yarn over the 2 loops. That's your single crochet. So you're going to single crochet across every stitch that's in that row. So that's what you're going to do. You're just going to yarn in, pull through a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's another single. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. Okay, so you got your 11 on the hook. Now, what you're going to do, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work this way. Okay, now, what we're going to do for the ribbing, we're actually going to single crochet through the back loop only, So we're just going to, and we're not going to do this one here, because that's already on your hook. That's the chain that's already on your hook. So you see where the V's are here. We're going to go through this V right here. Right there. First one we're going to through. But the normal single crochet, you go through both loops like that. We're not going to go through both loops. We're going to go through the back loop only. So your back loop is the back loop. You just do your single in the back loop instead of going through the 2 top. Next one, see the V. The V is there. You're just going to single in through there. Then the next one, see the 2 loops, the V. You do the back loop, and you're just going to do your normal single that we done on the first row. But now this is going to be for the rest of the ribbing. You're going to single crochet through that back loop only. And you should have 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. Number 10. and number 11. So there should be 11 stitches on your hook every row. You got to make sure. Now I'll show you how to count your stitches. The row here, look at this. This is, see the V's? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 stitches. Okay, now the pattern says you're going to repeat the last row until ribbing measures, okay, for, say from, yeah, it's going to be 22 inches. We want the size 22, so depending on your size, it'll tell you on the pattern. And then we're just going to chain 1, turn it, do the same thing again. Put your yarn through the back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over. There's number 1. Back loop, pull up a loop, yarn over. There's number 2. And you do that to the end. And I want you to make sure that you got your 11 stitches on your needle at the end of every row, because if not, your ribbing will be crooked. Right? So it's just single crochet across it in the back loop only for the whole length of your ribbing, which is whatever it's going to be, 22 or whatever. You got to go by whatever your size is. You go by whatever your size is. That's that. Right to the end. Okay, and you keep going like that. When you keep going like that, it's going to come out like this. I'll show you. This here is one that I actually started. All right, there it is there. That's your ribbing. Your ribbon's going to come across this way. Now you're going to do that for the medium, or whatever the yellow color is. You're going to do it for, it's going to be 22 inches long this way. Then, when you start the bottom of your sweater, you're going to just do all along here. You're going to have to do your single crochet, a row of single crochet all along here. But I'll show you that. So what I want you to do for the next video, okay, I want you to continue with that until it's the length of your needle, and then just leave the length of your, what it should be for the back of your sweater, and just leave it like that if you're going to do that. Now I'm going to show you the knitted one, okay? So I'll show you it in knitting. So you're going to use the same whatever size you use for your crocheting, you're going to use for your knitting. And just wait now here, we're going to cast on. Okay, so I'm just going to cast on a few here. But now it says that the if you're going to do it for the if you're going to do the knitting part, you can knit it until it goes to whatever size. So we said medium here, or the yellow, whatever the yellow is, right here. If you're going to knit it, okay, you're going to go to 23.5 inches. That's what you're going to make your ribbing. Okay? And then if you were, say you were doing it in 5 extra, it would be 31.5 inches for your ribbing. And then your sweater, see, this is what we're going to look at for the knitting. You got to, what you're going to do, it's 73 stitches. So you're going to pick up 73 stitches once you get this here done. You're going to pick up 73 stitches there. But we're just going to get this ribbing done, then we're going to stop. And then the next video, I'll show you how to do that, okay? Depending on what one. But if we're knitting, okay, so we look at this then, we're going to knit. and say, okay, it's 22 inches long for the knit one. So what we do, okay, I'll show you here. We got to get our knitting needles. They're the same size. Make sure they're the 5mm or whatever size you picked. Now, we're going to take the yarn from the end, and we're going to figure out how many stitches we're going to need to get that 22 or 22 inches, right? So we're going to pull it like this till we get enough yarn to how long we're going to do it for the... Then we're going to make our slip knot, the same as we done with crochet. Just make a knot and put it on your needle. And that's your first stitch on your needle. Now, your working yarn is on your left, and the other yarn is on your right. So what we're going to do, we're going to put your needle with your stitch on it here in your left hand, and in your right hand you're going to have that one. Okay, now hold that just like that, and you're going to take not the working yarn, but the extra yarn. Not the yarn, this is the yarn that's on the ball. Don't take that. Just take the extra ball that you took off. And we're going to do the thumb cast on, okay? So around your thumb, like I showed you before, and up, okay? Then you're going to take the working yarn, which is on your ball, and you're going to put it over like that, and you're going to knit that stitch on the needle. And there's 2 stitches on your needle. And you're going to do that until you figure however many is going to be 22. So you're going to put quite a few stitches on your needle, okay, until it comes to 22 inches. So we'll put a few on here, and then I'll show you the ribbing. I don't want to put in too many. So I got 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. But you're going to put enough on for the length of your, whatever your size is. If it's medium, it's going to be 22 inches, so you're going to put enough on for the length. Now, what we're going to do with this working yarn here, this is the extra yarn. We're going to cut that because we don't want to get mixed up. We don't want to get mixed up and start knitting that. So we'll leave a little bit so we can darn it in at the end. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to take this and we're going to start knitting and purling. You knit 1, purl 1 ribbon. So you put the yarn up there, you're just going to knit. Use your working yarn that's on the ball, not the other one now. Yarn over and bring that down and up and over and off the needle. Then you're going to do the next one. Same way. Oh, wait now. Made a mistake there. That was supposed to be purl. Okay, the first one was knit, so the second one is purl. So purling, you're going to go to the front of the needle, like I showed you before, and you're going to go through this way and put it through and pull it off the needle. You're going to pull them tight, but not too tight. Then your next one is going to be knit. So you're going to knit that. And the next one's going to be purl. So purl, your yarn got to be in the front of your needle. And you put it down this way. And yarn over that way and pull it up and off the needle. Then you're going to do a knit. So you're going to knit. Now you're going to do a purl. So you're going to purl. And that's what you're going to do all across the row when you get it on. You're going to knit. And you're going to do a purl. And then you're going to do a knit. And then you're going to do a purl. If you got an even amount of stitches on the needle, you're going to end with a purl. Start with a knit, end with a purl. That's the first row. Now, turn it around this way again. Take your needle up here. Now, the second row, you can't see it right now, but you will get to see it. You purled on the other side. So what you're going to do, you're going to knit it on this side. Or, yeah. No, wait now. Wait now. Yeah. No, you just purled. So that was a purl, so you're going to purl here. Purl on this side. Then the next one's going to be knit. And you'll see once we get so far up, you'll see the knit and the purl, the difference between the knit and the purl. And I'm doing this wrong. Wait now. We purl that one. That was the last one. We ended with a purl because we started with a knit. So this got to be a knit on this side then. Was purl on the opposite side. So we're going to knit this. And purl the next one. And knit this one. And purl the next one. Oh, no, we're going to purl. The yarn got to be in front, eh? Yes, sirree, Bob. The yarn is in front. There. There we go. That's purl. Then we're going to knit. The yarn got to go through the back, see? And we're going to knit it. Then we purl. The yarn got to go through the front. And we go in this way and purl it. And then we're going to knit. We got to go back again with the yarn. And we're going to purl it. And we're going to knit. Okay. And we're going to purl. Okay. Now we turn again. Now. Okay, so this side here, we're going to knit again because we purled it on the opposite side. Because we're knitting on the straight needles, we got to do it this way, right? That's a knit. Next one's going to be a purl. Knit. Yarn goes in the back of the needle. Purl. Yarn goes in the front of the needle. Knit in the back, purl in the front. Knit in the back, purl in the front. Knit in the back, and purl. And then the next row is going to be knit again because you ended on the purl. Whatever you ended on, you do the opposite on the other side because we're working on straight needles. And that makes you look like you're ribbing here. So now I have one here already made up. Okay. And this is the one I have already made up. And there's your ribbing. There's the difference in your ribbing. That's your knitted ribbing. And this here is your crocheted ribbon. And I find the knitted ribbing it's thinner and looks much nicer on the sweater. But if you want, you can do it this way. I'm fine with you doing this way, no problem. But you got to look at your size. And I'll do mine for the size that I'm making, but that's what it's going to turn out like, right? So, what we do here, we go to our chart. All right, now, here we got here for the ribbing, right here. Okay, that's your crochet reading. You chain 12, and RS is the right side. So what you do, you go one single in second chain from hook, which I already showed you, and then one single in each chain to the end of the chain, and you turn, and you have 11 single crochet. Then after you get that on, you're going to repeat the second row, which is chain 1, and you're going to one single crochet through BL, which is through the back loop, in each stitch to the end of the row and turn. And if you don't remember your abbreviations, all you have to do is come to your front of the pattern, and there's your single through the back loop. It'll tell you what it is because they got it all written in the pattern. And you're going to do that. Now, for the knitting, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to have to figure it out for the knitting, because with the crocheting, you do this until it's, if you're making size medium, you do it until it's 22 inches this way. And then we take it, and I'll show you how to pick up the stitches to crochet along. But with your knitting, when you do this, all right, let's see. This is your knitting here, right? Okay, so you got to measure that as long as you want it to go. So I'm doing the 5 extra large. So mine has to measure 31.5 inches. And I believe mine measures 32 inches. Or if you didn't want to do it that way for knitting, you could do it this way. Just go to the back part of your pattern. No, that's your pattern. And this one here. You go to the back here. Okay. So, this is the next row after you come from your ribbing. It's on the right side here. It's on the right side. So, okay. So you're going to chain 1 on the right side. Okay. So for this side, it's going to be 73. So for mine, I'm going to have 103 stitches on the needle. I'm going to add 103. Now, when I measured this, I got, for the one that I'm making, I got, let's see, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 30, 6, 8, 42, 4, 6, 8, 52, 4, 6, 8, 62, 4, 6, 8, 72, 4, 6, 8, 80. I got 80. I got 80 stitches. I had to do 80 rows across this way in order to get for this here to get. Now, what I got to do when I pick up my stitches, I only got 80 stitches on the needle. So when I pick up my stitches, I'm going to have to increase that to 103. That's what I'll have to do for the knitting, right? That's for the size that I'm making. Now, when you get yours done, regardless of what you do, you'll have to increase, okay? So say we're doing the yellow. Okay, you go till it measures 22. Okay, so the yellow here, you're going to make sure you got 73 inches or 73 stitches. You're going to work one row single evenly across the edging, and you do that, and then you're going to place a marker at the end of each row. So you're going to have to pick up whatever you have left on that. You're going to have to make sure you got 73 when you go across. But I'll show you how to do that when we do it. But that's the two of them. So what I want you to do, I want you to decide now which one you're going to do. Okay. If you're going to do the knitting one or the back loop single crochet one. And you can choose whatever one you like. And then once we get into the sweater, after that first single crochet row, everything is going to be done, and I'll be able to show you little by little. So I will link the pattern, the description, in the below the video here. I'll link the description for the pattern. You can print it out or you can download it just so you'll have it for reference when we go to do the crochet along. So I'm going to bid you adieu, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening. And you will be notified. Subscribe to my channel, and you will be notified when I'm going to start that other app, because I actually got to do mine. I got to finish mine on this end. I'm just going to take it up to the end of the ribbing, and then that's it. So one more thing I want to mention. With your crocheted ribbon, okay, the ribbing on your crochet, okay, this is going to be the length. That's going to be the length of your ribbing. So all the ribbing you do on the sweater is going to have to be that length. So that's I don't know. I can't tell what it is, but can't really see it. But that looks like it's 3 inches. That's actually 3 inches. That. So when you do your ribbing for if you're going to do the knitted one, so you're going to that'll just come that way, right? And you're just going to do it across this way until you get whatever you need for the size on the pattern, whatever size you're making. And this one here, what I done here with this one, I just went I got one, yeah. Yeah, I went about two. I went about 2.5 inches on that. But if you want to go ahead and make it 3, then you go ahead and make it 3. That's entirely up to you. So now, next time we come in, I'm going to have my ribbing done for the back. And then, as you can see on the pattern here, we got this is the schematic for the pattern, and we got to do the front and the back, and then we got to do the 2 sleeves. So once we get in there to the pattern part, then we'll actually go up to where you have to take so many stitches off for the sleeve, and I'll actually show you how to do it that way, and it'll be easier to do it that way. But it's actually going to be, the only thing that's going to be knitted on mine is the ribbing. The rest is all going to be crocheted, so I can show you the exact thing to do. So anyway, you have a great night, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.